before I can start analyzing, I identify two things. Remember, when I trade, I analyze two levels which are going to be my area of focus. I identify two key levels in which price is moving, such that if price closes above that key level, I buy, or below that, I sell. Simple as that. But the first question is this: how do you identify the key levels? Well, it's very easy. I'm going to start on a drawing and then we are going to move to the charts. Very easy. On an uptrend, let's say price is moving up like this. I'm going to make a big drawing so that everybody understands. Okay, let's say price is moving like this and price is currently at this point. What I do is this. First thing I identify on an uptrend, I identify the highest point of the market. I identify the highest point. And after identifying the highest point, I identify the place where the move to the highest point began. For example, for price to get to this highest point, it began right here. So the move to the highest point started right here and price went to this place. And you mark that place where price started the move that led to the highest point. Now you have your key levels, which are your areas of focus. If price closes above this, you buy. If price closes below this, you sell. Okay, let's look at the scenario on a downtrend. On a downtrend, let's say price is moving like that, like that, like that, and price is currently here. What you do, you identify the lowest point. Price is here. You identify the lowest point of the market, and this is the lowest point. And number two, you identify where the move that led to the lowest point began. And the move that led to this lowest point began right here. Okay. Let's say price was moving in a zigzag. That move would say it started right here. Now you have your key levels. This is when price closes below this, you sell. When it closes above this, you buy. Simple as that. Let's go to the real charts so that you can see what I am referring to. Okay, very good. Price is trending here. It's going to be easy to explain. Okay, now price is at this point. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Price is here. First thing, it's a downtrend. I identify the lowest point. One can say this is the lowest point. I know it looks like a double bottom, but let's say this is the lowest point. You mark that point like this. This is going to be your area of focus. Now, the move, let me just do this. The move that led to this lowest point, clearly it's here. Price started here and came to this lowest point. So you mark this lowest point. And one thing that I forgot to mention, I start analyzing from the 4-hour time frame. I start analyzing from the 4-hour time frame. Let me do this. Let's use the replay button. I want to show you how to take the trade. How to take the trade. Maybe I can also remove this. Okay, let's say price was like this, and this was the lowest point. So you would mark the lowest point like that. This is the lowest point, and the point where the move, or let me say the place where the move that led to this lowest point, I can say it is this move. It is this move. You highlight everything together with the wicks. I know that somebody else, let me just show you this. I know that somebody else can say that the move that led to this lowest point is this. And the person can highlight this place. For such a person, this person would have taken a trade right here. Such a person would have taken a trade, sort of a short trade right there. Okay, but I want us to look at this point. Let's say price, let's say this is the lowest key level, the lower key level. Let's say this is the lower key level and this is the upper key level. Based on that, this is the lowest point, and the move that led to this lowest point started right here, started right there. Now your expectation is that if price closes above this, you buy. If price closes below this, you sell. But we know that price doesn't always respect us. But we know that price doesn't always respect us. What price can do is this: when it gets here, it can pull back down to that key level. So in this case, once you have identified your key levels like that on the bigger time frame, you then move to a smaller time frame so that you are able to catch this move. You then move to a smaller time frame, M15. Okay, you have identified the key levels on a bigger time frame. When you get to M15, in fact, the trend is not very clear here. Let me just continue a little bit to see what price is going to do. Okay, price pushes up. You are still hoping that it closes above this so you can take a buy. If the trend is not clear, this is not a clear trend, you switch to the 5-minute time frame. Now you can see that it's almost a clear trend. You can see the push up, push down, the higher highs and the lower highs of the market. Now when you get to this place, price is now pushing down like this. You do the same thing. You mark the highest point and then you look for the place where the move to this highest point began, and that move began right here. So you mark this as your lower key level. Now when price closes below this, you sell. If price closes above this, you buy. So you hold, you keep checking, price is coming down and price is respecting your key level that you have drawn. Okay, you are still holding, waiting for price to close on either of these key levels. Remember, this remains your highest key level. I mean your highest point. So until price makes a new move like this and give you another highest point, this remains your key level and this remains your lower key level. Because let's say price makes this move, you are going to have another point as your upper key level, and the move that would have led to this higher point would be this. But then price has not given you a new higher point. You keep on holding, waiting for price to either close above or below. You keep holding price. Now price is crossing your lower key level. You are still holding. Look at how price is respecting that key level thing. Okay, now price clearly is showing signs of closing below your key level. So right away you can take a buy or even wait for the next 2 candles. Okay, you hold on a little bit. Okay, you can see that price keeps pushing down. You can then take the sell. Take a sell right there. Now remember, let me extend this because this is where we have problems. I used to put my stop loss somewhere right there in between the key levels, but we have seen how that price sometimes pushes back to test this key level before it can move into our direction. So right now I'm going to be having my stops below this other key level. Now for your take profit, you go back to the 4-hour time frame where you marked your first high and the lowest point of the market or the key levels of focus. So you know that price has the potential of coming down to this key level, but you cannot hold until that far. So you identify any place where price showed or respected area, or let me say a important zone in the market, like this place. When price approached this place, you can see what it did right here, right there. So you can put your take profit just toward that zone, and then you go back to the 15-minute. Go back to the 15-minute, then you can have your price in that zone. Okay, something like that. Even though you know that price has the potential of coming down to this level, you can even put it anywhere in this place, anywhere in that place. So there you have your signal or your trade, and then you let price play out. Then you let price play out. Okay, see how price respected the strategy. Now I am going to hold it right here for today. I want you to watch this video again and again and make sense out of it. Let me try to find another example. Okay, let me show you how you could have caught this move. Price right here was on a downtrend. So what you could have done is this. When price was at this point, you could have marked the lowest point of the market, and then you ask yourself, where did the move that led to this lowest point begin? And that move began right at this place. So when price closed above this key level, you could have taken the buy. Remember, I used to put my stops here. I get stopped out most of the time. So you have your stop loss right there. And then you use your higher time frames for the take profit. Okay, this is how you could have caught that move. So I'm going to give you homework to go and check this on the charts. Go to your charts and analyze in this way. Analyze in this way so that we are together. Whenever I share a signal, you understand what is happening. If there are any questions, you're going to ask in the group, and then I'm going to make another video explaining how this strategy works. But just to recap, remember, on an uptrend, you start by identifying the highest point in the market, and then you look to the place where this highest point began, and the move that led to this highest point started right here. That move started right here. It did not start right here. Let me say this. It did not start right here because remember, the market is not coming from this direction going in that direction. Price comes from left to right. So you cannot say price started at this point and came to that point, because price is moving toward your right. Price moves toward your right. So I hope there won't be mistakes like that where you have people marking key levels like this. Price, the move that led to this highest point started here because price moves in this direction. It moves from left to right. Okay, so that is how you identify the key levels. On a downtrend, price moves like this from left to right. Let's say price is here. You mark the lowest point of the market, and then you look for the place where the move to the lowest point began, and the move that led to this lowest point began right here. And this is your other key level of focus. If price closes above this, you buy. If price closes below this, you sell. Remember, you start on a 4-hour time frame, so that when price moves and gets to this place, you switch to the 15-minute time frame to see what is happening in this place, so that if price gives you a signal of a sell within the key levels, you don't miss it. But if price doesn't give you the signal of a sell, it is going to close above this, and then you're going to take the buy. It's simple as that. Let me keep it here for today, because we still have quite some time trading together. You are going to learn this as we trade. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening.